Welcome in. And I want to tell you, as Rico and I take the air here on a Monday, this is rare. It's rare. Rarefied air. It just feels like there's something bigger going on. That there's something more than just the Lions winning a game. There's something, it's like a movement, if you will. And I don't want to let the win get lost in this overriding theme. But if you're not aboard the train now, you're missing out. You're missing out on the fun. And Rico, what I wanted to say more than just this is bigger than just a win, that this feels like a franchise, a city turning a corner. I want to back that up with a statement. A statement maybe people will make fun of, but it's my reality. This fall marks my 25th fall in this state. That's the most comprehensive win, the best win that I've seen the Lions ever produce in 25 years. To go on the road against a first-place team off a bye and debilitate them, decapitate them, suffocate them in their own building where your fans took over. This is the second time now in 3 weeks, by the way, we've seen this. You make them useless on third down. You were perfect on third down, 9 of 13. And not only was it the most impressive win because they won, and because they won by double digits, and because it wasn't a game. You lose your star running back. The backup to the star is out. You're down to the mattresses in the backfield, and it doesn't matter because now we got something new for the haters, including Jared Goff goes, I got it. We're going to throw it 40 times, and I'm going to be perfect. And even in the late stages, the most impressive thing they did, I swear to God, zero BS, Rico. They go on a 7-minute drive and punt. And that's how I knew. I was so proud of this team. They took the time off the clock, pinned them inside the 5, and went, what are you going to do about it? You're still down 14. That was, to me, the best win the Lions have had in 25 years. And it is bigger than a win. Guys, it's a movement. Now, Rico's going to add to that fire. Get another log on the fire because this party's just getting started. Rico's got something for you at 3 o'clock where the praise is even higher than what I'm offering. Mike, what was your takeaway yesterday?
My take was that was the most complete game that I've seen the Lions play. Let's just stick with this season because I know a lot of people are in that hammer. We went into Kansas City. We beat the defending Super Bowl champs.
This was better.
This felt like a playoff win. This was smart. You punted the ball. You took it. Even when you missed the field goal, we're not going to just play Madden football. I'm not going to do something that's going to hurt this team because every possession meant something. It was a game of inches, and you got all the inches in that game. Whether it was the tip pass on the interception when Mike Evans is running down the field, doesn't matter. You got the pick. You scored the 3 points. It wasn't like, okay, we're going to line. No. Let's be smart. This felt like a playoff victory. This felt as if, you know what? Now you get to go and play next week. You've earned that right to go to somebody else and play. Now you're going to be playing Baltimore, which is another tough game. But yeah, this does have a playoff feel. You've beaten the Bucs. Now you go and beat Baltimore. And, man, you said it right, Mike. I don't understand it, but you know what?
What?
For those out there.
What?
Hey, man, I love the show, and I would like to send this out to one Jim Costa. Put respect on Jared Goff's name. He went out there. He got the job done yesterday. No running game. Didn't matter. Like it or not, you got a franchise quarterback here. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. First time, long time. No, I mean, he was perfect. I mean, he basically completed 70% of his passes, 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, no running game, no problem.
Made the big throws on third down like he just
and against
kept
the Todd
moving.
Bowles defense that makes you uncomfortable, blitzes the hell out of you, 9 for 13 on third downs.
Yeah, he was getting pressured. This wasn't not an easy game for him, but he got the job done. Montgomery, out of the game. Looks like something's going on with his shoulder. He left early in there. And what did you do? You just kept battling. Reynolds goes in, does an okay job. This game was all on Goff, and he won it for them.
So you know
Goff and that defense.
You know how I always do over the last, 27, 29, 30. Okay, so I decided to do this differently. Something simpler for the people. Over the last 17 games, which is an NFL regular season. Do you know what Jared Goff's numbers are? This one goes out to Jimmy Cookies. Jared Goff over the last 17 games as Lions quarterback. 68% completion rate, 4,500 yards, 29 touchdowns, 4 picks. And your football team in those 7 games is 13-4. Tell me again we don't have a quarterback. I'm not going to live in fear of Ben Johnson leaving. All I asked for was one more year with him. I'm not going to fear, well, what if this happened? Or what? Guys, you can't live this way. No. You have to look at it as, in his last 30 games as your quarterback, he's been elite. The last 17 games, he's been elite. You have the best record in football along with San Francisco and the Niners. Or San Francisco
Eagles.
And the Eagles, excuse me.
Yeah, yesterday couldn't have gone better if you were a Lions fan.
No, it was perfect.
Everything broke
Seattle losing, sure.
Yeah.
Look, the point I'm making is that was as impressive a victory as I've seen in 25 years. Rico, I think you nailed it. You said it best because watching it, it felt like a playoff game.
It did.
Playoff games aren't pretty. This is what people here don't realize because you never make the playoffs. Playoff football's not pretty. Playoffs are about survival in many cases.
Survive in advance.
A race to 20.
Yep.
It's just to win 20-6 on the road when the other team had 2 weeks to prep for you, to make them look that bad. And again, your pass rush didn't have its A game. I didn't think the pass rush was very good yesterday. You know what was good? Everything else. No. Alex Anzalone was, I don't know who that was. He was flying around.
I methink
your corners making plays, your safeties making plays. You have your own injuries.
Yeah.
So
because the D-line, I think Baker's only been sacked 5 times. You got 1 yesterday. He's only been sacked 5. So you weren't going to get to him, but you rushed 4, you held your own, and you walked away. And it felt like a playoff victory because in playoffs, mistakes will be made. How do you overcome them? Can you just be smart? And Dan Campbell did that. Let's punt the ball. I got one of the best punters in the league. I'm going to use that as my advantage. I'm going to pin you deep. All right, you know what? Even when you lined up to kick the field goal and you missed it, I'm okay with that because instead of, we're just going to run something. No. Just try to get the points because in the playoffs, points are at a premium.
Here's the other thing, and it's a subplot to it. I know I got a couple of texts from buddies like, how come they're not playing J-Mo? And I said to them, I go, well, they're winning. They're not changing what they do for him. And I texted one of my buddies. I go, I'm telling you, Deshaun Jackson is now going to be my comp for him because his role is primarily going to be a couple deep shots. And he got one. He got man up. He beat the guy down the field. He was able to target the ball before the DB and bring it in. Was it some work of art? No. Did he drop a wide open pass earlier? Yup. Here's what it is. Amon-Ra Superstar with the 11, 12 catches. Laporta might be this guy's favorite receiver because he got 10, 12 targets. And Josh Reynolds, when the chips are down and there needs to be a big catch, he seems to find his way to it. J-Mo's going to be your 4th option. Mm-hmm. So my point would be, I'm not going to, I told you, I went from expectation to hope with J-Mo. I'm not hating on the kid for not racking up 5, 7, 9 catches because I don't think that's his role.
Nope.
His role is going to be what you saw yesterday.
Nope.
They'll try to get him in there. They'll try to get his hands on the football here or there in space, but reality, all of that running, all of the short passing, all of that precision their offense has is going to result into 1 or 2 plays a week where they, quote, throw it up to J-Mo.
Yeah. Let me clarify that for those in the back. J-Mo has now become a luxury item for this team. And a luxury item is not something that you need every day. It's just the sprinkles on top. That's what J-Mo is. You don't need him for any of that. It's like what Mike said. 1 or 2 deep passes a game. But he's not an integral part of this team winning games. They've been doing it without him. And also, want to shout out Will Birchfield. Literally called on our pregame show yesterday. J-Mo, 45-yard touchdown pass. And he got it. And I was just like, wow, right on the money. So shout out to you, Birchie. But yeah, J-Mo is a luxury item. That's how good this team is. He's not a necessity. You don't need him. He's just extra. He's the bacon on top of the burger with the cheese.
And as we close the first segment, and we got one open line if you want it, 248-539-9797. So you got a couple of questions in there, which is, if this isn't the most impressive win they've had in a quarter of a century, tell me what is. And second of all, doesn't it feel like this is bigger than just what's in front of you? It's a city turning the corner. It's a franchise turning the corner. And Rico's going to really raise the bar at 3 o'clock. Here's one note. I wanted to look because they shut down Tampa's ground game again. Another team that they didn't allow to run the ball. And this has become who they are.
Right.
You can choose to believe it or not. You can continue to cite the Carolina game, which the further we get from it is an outlier. It has no sensibility to it. The point I'm making is, where do the Lions rank against the run in the National Football League?
See,
Tell me.
I was like second, third?
First.
Oh.
64.7 yards a game allowed. You want a comp? The Niners are 80. You want another comp? Kansas City's 100. You want another comp? Hi, it's me again, homeless and at your door. The New York Giants, 150 a game. You are a dominant run defense.
See, but the thing is, Mike, Tampa's not a big run game. I was more impressed with the secondary and the linebackers, but because you knew Baker was going to try to turn this into 7-on-7. He does not get hit. He moves the pocket. He tries to find those receivers, but either they were dropping passes, you were knocking them down, or you were tackling them as soon as they caught the ball. That was more impressive. I knew you were going to shut down their run game because they don't try to run.
Well, and it's what you do now.
Yeah.
It becomes like, it's really no different than when you had Barry Sanders and, well, we're going to give the ball to Barry. No, you're going to shut the run down. This is now going to be the thing people talk about. Guys, these stats aren't fake. You can't fake stopping the run. You can't. It's real. So I can't be more impressed. Going on the road and even winning that game was impressive. Mm-hmm. To do it in the manner you did it. To be winning 4 straight games by double digits for the first time in since I don't know when. No, I'm serious. I can't find the number. I don't know the last time you won 4 in a row in double digits. I don't think it's happened in my life here. It's real, guys. And I told you it was real in the winter. I told you it was real in the spring. I told you it was real in the summer. It's real. So let's get involved on a Victory Monday. I'm very excited. That is just the ultimate Derek Jeter kid.
Hey.
A tip of a respect hat.
That was. You went on the road.
As good as it gets, man.
Fans showed up. They took over the stadium.
Oh, and by the way, Brock Purdy's a fraud. 248-539-9797. Here's Rico to take you to school.